This average length pass of 4 kilometers forms a back-to-back pass with the Umzimvubu Pass on the tarred R61 route between Lusikisiki and Port St. John's. The pass has plenty of corners compressed into those 4 kilometers, so drivers need to be wide awake as the pass traverses 3 villages, Jemvale, Humdovu and Glakeni. Expect pedestrians on the roadway, minibus taxis and the ever-present threat of livestock. Some of the locals drive like maniacs on this road, so it's best to let them pass you as quickly as possible. The scenery more than compensates for the level 3 driving, and it's typical of the wild coast. Take your time, stop at the roadside stalls, support the local crafters, and allow the climate and the people to embrace your spirit. The pass starts at its northern end at an altitude of 334 meters at the apex of a sharp right-hand bend at a 4-way intersection. Almost immediately you're faced with a series of S-curves as lovely views present themselves on the left of indigenous forests as well as open meadows. The initial heading is generally into the south as the village of Jemvale is traversed. At the 1.8 kilometer point, there's a major change of direction which is initiated by a U-shaped bend of 160 degrees. As soon as this bend has been completed, the gradient eases right off and the road straightens out for the gentle descent towards the bridge crossing of the Nkodusweni river. The river itself is fairly small and only stretches out over a distance of 20 kilometers, including all the bends. It reaches the Indian Ocean at a quiet little estuary near the village of Bolani, where a distinctive hill guards the southern side of the beach called Punskop. Tourism is widely perceived as an easy access, low impact means of achieving economic growth and development. In South Africa, community-based tourism has been promoted as a way of delivering resources and services to historically marginalized areas and as a means by which rural communities can begin to exercise more control over the decisions and resources that directly affect the quality of their lives. A history of deliberate underdevelopment has left the Wild Coast region with high unemployment, widespread socio-economic poverty, limited infrastructure, and a pristine coastline of untapped tourism potential. Given its incompatibility to other forms of development, tourism has been identified by government as a key sector for driving economic development and poverty alleviation along the entire Wild Coast. After the bridge crossing of the Nkodusweni River, the road climbs again via a set of double S-curves, getting ever steeper as the southern end of the pass is reached at an altitude of 257 meters. There are almost always craft sellers and artists at the summit, which is marked by spacious laybys on both sides of the road. Most of the crafts are in the form of woven articles like wicker baskets, whereas most of the women prefer producing beadwork. Do stop and purchase something. Your contribution makes a big difference in their lives. Once you've reached the summit, you'll be starting the much longer Umzimvubu Pass. Continue for 9 kilometers to reach the Ponderland Bridge near Port St. John's.